Hi everyone, welcome back. So the problem that we had to discuss today was 01 knapsack from dynamic programming. I'll just quickly check if we are live. I think we are. Let me show you the problem statement quickly. Wait. Okay, so this is the problem that we have to discuss today. Let's have a look. So I'd say that in DP we have already discussed the fact that there comes situation where we have to choose between choosing the option or not choosing in order to get a solution. How that works, I'll tell you. Let's move to the question. Let me just see. Let me write it and explain you the problem statement. Wait. So for example, let's have a look at this one. Give me a second. Let's say I have this test case, which is you are given a weight array, right, which is here what it is, just wait, 451 451, and another one is, let's say, your values, or you can say your profit array, which tells you that each weight is associated with this much amount of profit. So here they have told us it's 1, 2 and 3, and the total weight that you need to fill up is 4. So what you can understand here is that suppose you knapsack is what, nothing, suppose you have a container, right, you have a container, you have to fill this container with maximum of 4 kgs of weight. For example, this is 4 kg of weight, and you have got these weights, okay, in kgs, which are also associated with certain profit. That means if you choose to take this 4 kg weight, you will get a you'll make a profit of 1 rupee only. If you choose to take 5 kg weight, there is no possible way that we can take a 5 kg weight, because the total weight that you can fill up in this knapsack is 4 kgs. So either you take other one in splits, or you take directly a 4 kg, that is up to you, but that also determines how much profit you are making. So what you have to do ultimately, you have to maximize your profit. Okay, so in what ways will you select your weights that you can maximize your profit? If I choose to, and also you do not have infinite supply of these weights, you can choose only one weight for one time, that's it. Either you take it or you don't. You also cannot split the weight, either you'll take like 3 kgs of it now, then 1 kg. No, you have to choose it as a whole only once. And for suppose I have a 1 kg weight, okay, I take 1 kg and the profit that I make is 3. So tell me one thing, this is the maximum capacity for the weight 4 that has been given. It is the maximum capacity. Okay, it's not necessary that you have to completely fill the knapsack. You can have weight less than 4, but it cannot exceed 4. So the point here is, how much weight would you like to fill in so that your profit is maximized? I saw that either I can, if I take this 4 kg weight, I'll make a profit of rupees 1. And if I don't take it, because I cannot take 4 and 1 together, it will be 5 kg, it will exceed the capacity of my knapsack. So other option is, if I take this 1 kg, I'll make a profit of rupees 3. I want to maximize the profit, so my ideal choice would be to take a weight of 1 kg. So I have filled my knapsack with just 1 kg weight, which satisfies the condition that it should be less than 4, and I want my profit to be maximum. So that's how I'm creating it. Let's see another test case from here, and we'll see, although not very good big test case which can, but I think the concept will be clear to you, I'm sure. Values that I have is 1, 2, 3, that is the profit, and the weights that I have is 4, 5, 6, and the capacity of your knapsack given to you, W, is 3. This is the capacity of your knapsack. Okay, now tell me, these are the weights and this is the profit. Fine. Can I take a 4 kg weight? No, it's greater than the capacity of my knapsack. Same goes for 5, same goes for 6. I cannot take any weight at all, because all the weights are greater than the capacity of my knapsack. So total profit I could generate is 0, right? Now how will we do this? So as I always say, in order to understand your DP problem, you need to have an understanding of a recursion tree. You need to visualize the tree that is going to take you there. So what is that tree? Let me write it here. So for example, what kinds of weight you have? I'll take the first test case. You have weights 451, okay, and the profits associated with them is 1, 2, 3, okay. So the option that I have is, why is it called 01 knapsack? Because it means either you select the weight or you don't. There is no other way. There are only two options: either you select it, either you not. If you select it, then what are the possibilities going to be to get to generate the profit? Then what is going to be the tree path of that profit? If you don't choose it, then what is going to be the tree path? If for example there was only one weight, for example if I had only one weight and the capacity of my knapsack suppose was 6, you had two options. If you choose it and let's say profit associated with is rupees 2, if you don't choose it you make 0 profit, and if you choose it you make 2 profit. And also before choosing you have to make sure that it doesn't exceed the capacity of my knapsack. If those conditions hold true and then you choose it, you see that you are making a profit of rupees 2. You'll calculate what is the maximum, that is what is going to be your answer. So we have to do the same thing for all the ways that we have in that given array, right? And it is obviously more than one. So that is where we land up with a tree, recursion tree, with two possibilities for each weight. And since I have two possibilities for each weight, before moving on to the recursion tree, you can simply understand the time complexity as well. If you go recursion way, choose it, don't choose it, don't choose it, and you select it. You don't select it, you select it, okay. Every weight has got two options. So two options for first weight, two options for second weight, two options for three weight. This comes out to be 2 to the power of 3. Basically if you have got n weights, it will be 2 into 2 into 2 till n times, right? N times. So 2 to the power n will be the time complexity. And obviously when we go DP way, our approach is to minimize this time complexity by actually reducing the overlapping subproblems which you see in recursion happens. Now let's quickly move to the tree so that you can understand. Okay, first option is, let me check. This was my weight, right? If I don't select weight, okay, 4 not selected, then how much weight you still have? And the total capacity of your knapsack was 4. So still you have got 4 kgs to fill, okay. So here I am writing the amount that I am still needed to fill, that is 4 kg, right? And if you choose to take 4, I took 4, so amount that you are needed to fill is 0 kgs, and accordingly I will generate my profit later on. So here I write the profit 0. Here if I select 4, I write my profit as 1 because it was 1, right? Now next up, what we have, will move to the next index. You started with 0th index. Now when I did not select 4, now I am at index 5. This is my index, okay. If I select 5, okay, let's start with not selecting. If I do not take 5, what is the weight that I am still needed to fill in my knapsack? Total 4 kg still left, okay. And what is the profit I have generated so far? I have not selected 5 also, so no profit for 5, and earlier also there was no profit. So altogether 0 plus 0, there is no profit. In the next step, let's say I have another option that I select 5. If I select 5, first of all I'll see the profit that I'll make. So earlier the profit I was making was 0, now I'm making 2. And before I select 5, I need to make sure, is it exceeding the capacity of my knapsack? So even if I want to select 5, I won't be able to. My profit will still be 0 because it exceeds the capacity. Again, I have 4 kgs to fill, right? I cannot take 5. Let's check for this one now. I had 0 kgs remaining to fill in my knapsack. I am at first index of my this. If I want or I don't want, I can still not take 5. There is no possibility that you take 5. Again, your weight that you need to fill up is 0 because you cannot insert 5 there. Now you move to the next index. You have explored all the possibilities for 5. Okay, moving to the next index. Now here I have 4 kgs left to fill in my knapsack. If I don't choose 1, the profit I'll generate is 0 because so far it was 0, and for 1 I have not selected it. So my profit becomes 0, and again I have 4 kgs left to fill up. If I choose 1, first of all I'll write the profit that 1 is making, rupees 3, and how much weight is left to fill up in the knapsack is 3 kgs are more required that I can fill up. It's not necessary I have to, but I can fill up 3 more kgs. and the total profit so far is 3 kgs. If you check from in this path, 0 plus 0 plus 3 from here makes out 3. Okay, now when I'm at this here also, if I select to take 1, okay, how much if I don't take 1, again 0 for here and 4 kgs is what you can generate, 0 0 0. And if I select 1, okay, how much profit you're making, it's 1. And on this path, how much profit you have generated so far, 0 0 plus what is the profit associated with 1, that is 3. So total 3 rupees of profit is what you have generated, and 4 kgs has been filled with 1, so 3 is left. So 3 for this path. Now when you are at this index, you have 0 0, no capacity to fill, you cannot fill further, because 0 capacity. So altogether we are done with this iteration over my weight array. What I observed, that in this tree now I'll start recollecting my answers. I'll either backtrack, I'll see that the profit I've generated from here is 3. I'll see what was the profit here, 0 0 0. So finally when I go to the first case from where I started my tree, it had got 2 branches. It will select the maximum of what it got from both the branch. Okay, and you will see the answer will be 3. This is how we are ending up getting 3. Now let's understand it in terms of DP, that since we are here, we have 2 parameters to work with, to calculate an answer with. One is the weight that you are filling up, and other one is with the weights that you have with which you can fill up. So total weight that you can fill up is 4, right? So let me draw it first of all. For example, so guys, what is this thing here, that how much total weight we had? It was still 5, so I need to have 6, that's okay. Okay, so 0, I want to have total 6 indexes. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and here you got total how much of weight, 3. So 0 1 2 and 3. Okay, I'll tell you on what basis we have arranged it. Let me write it. So you've got how much weight in the knapsack you were needed to fill, or you could fill maximum capacity 4. So based on that, I have taken 0 here, index 1, index 2, index 3. Okay, fine. So total you can see I have taken how many? Actually I have taken so these are your columns, which are actually, if your weight was W, so you have taken W plus 1 columns. Okay, and here I am going to take the maximum weight. So you can see you have weights ranging from 1, 5 and 4, right? You have weights 4, 5 and 1. So I will take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's all. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Now what you got to do, see guys, what does this represent? This is from your weight, this was the weight you had, right? So total, the maximum was 5. So till there, that is what I have taken. One second. Let me check. I think this I've taken wrong. You had 3 weights total. Let me just correct it. Basically 20. This is the profit I wanted to write it. Let me tell you. Okay, so let's understand it quickly what we are trying to do here. So you have got how many weights total? N was 3, so you have taken n plus 1 as your number of rows. Got it? Okay, now let's understand one by one. So this actually represents what is the profit associated. Let me write here profit 1, 2 and 3. These are the profits that is associated. Okay, you have written exactly that, and these are the weights associated 4, 5, 1. Now what I want to do is, this represents that if I have selected weight at 0th index, which is this is weight, right? This is weight, this is profit. If I have selected weight at, this is 0, actually 0 weight, that is no weight. If you have no weight, you cannot generate any profit, right? So you will already insert 0 here. Same for the first column. The thing is, since you have got, this represents the knapsack capacity. If the knapsack capacity itself is 0, that means you cannot insert any weight. So the profit here, I am writing the maximum profit. So DP is storing your maximum profit at that particular cell, which represents for, now let's talk about this starting from this index. So this index represents that you have a capacity of 1, and here you have gotten the weight at for this index. What is this index? You see that this index, actually by this we mean that we have this weight with us. Okay, so if my I row in DP is I is 1, so basically I am referring to I minus 1th index in my weight array. So this tells me, if I select this weight, what is the weight present at this? First of all, I have to check, can I even select it? Does it exceed my capacity? It does exceed my capacity, so I cannot select it. And if I cannot select it, I will ask, okay, what was the profit I was generating if I was not selecting this index weight? If I was not selecting this index weight, that will be given to me by the I minus 1th index in DP, that is DP of I minus 1, and at that particular row column, what was the profit I was generating. So this tells me, if I don't choose this, then I will go a row above and check at the same column what was the profit I was generating. That means I have not taken this into my knapsack, so the profit I'll generate will be the one that I generated so far without selecting it. So that will be given to me from cell above, that is 0. You come to the next column now. The capacity of knapsack is 2 and the weight at index 1, ideally at weight 0, this is at index 0, I minus 1, 0th index is 4. So again you cannot select, so you will take the profit that you generated from the weights you got so far, that you will get from the index just above it. So 0, and till here it will be 0. When my capacity is 4 and I know I can take it, now I have an option. If I take it, am I generating the maximum profit? And if I don't take it, then is my profit maximum? So I'll compare the two possibilities. When I select this 0th index from my weight, so the profit that I'll generate is the profit I'll get from that index, from the profit array, right? The profit is 1. Okay, and if I don't select it, the profit that I'll generate will be present in the row just above it in the same cell. So this is 0. So maximum of 1 and 0 will be 1. So I selected it. Now coming at the next row, this tells me if I am at DP of I equal to 2, I have to check for weight of I equal to 2 minus 1, that is weight of 1. That means now I am checking for this weight. Can I select 5 at all? I cannot. So in all the cases, because my capacity will be exceeded if I select this weight with 5 kg, so I'll generate the profit that I generated from the weights so far, that is from the row just above it, 0 for this, 0 0 0, and here 1, because I am not going to select 5 kgs at all. Coming on to the next index, which is your DP of I is 3, so in weight it comes out to be I equal to 2. You are here at this index, you can choose it in all the cases, because in all the cases the capacity will not be exceeded. So now when you have the option to choose, from there you have two options. If you don't choose it, means if you don't select it, and if you select it, what is the maximum profit in out of the both the cases, you will select that particular case. So if I select one, the profit I'll generate is rupees 3, for example, right? So if I select one, I'll take this 3, right? And first of all, in this case, when your capacity is 1, are you even eligible to take it? You are not. So anyway, you'll take the profit from above. Same for here. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. You have 1 kg, definitely you have the capacity to insert it. But if I insert it, let's see what profit am I going to generate. If you insert it, you will make rupees 3, and that is greater than the profit you are generating so far, that is the row above it. So you'll insert 3. Now when you have a capacity of 2, right? You have a capacity of 2. You take this 1 kg, okay? You take this 1 kg and you generated a profit of rupees 3. Still you can insert 1 kg, means you have a capacity to have 1 more kg. So what you are going to do, see guys, you will see that when you inserted for this 2 kg of knapsack, when you inserted this one, you still have the capacity to insert 2 more, right? So I will check what was the profit I was generating when I was taking 2 kg and not this one. So I'll see that I was generating 0 only. So from there, okay, from there I'll add my profit, that is 0, plus the profit I'm generating now. The reason is I will check if I can fill up the remaining capacity, and if I am filling up the remaining capacity, what is the profit I'm generating from there, although it turns out to be 0 only. So you will add that capacity to yourself basically, okay, fine. And what is it, DP of, I'll tell you in code what those indexes will map to. And the other case will be you are taking the maximum of this case, and the other case when you have not taken that weight at all, so you generate the profit of 0. So in both the cases 3 is the maximum profit you can generate. Got it? So that is about it. Okay, when I selected this weight with 1 kg, okay, I have already taken 1 kg of my knapsack. So now I go and check the remaining weight, if it, how much profit if it was generating to fill up that remaining 1 kg, that I will get from this index. So this 0 is what has been added to this 3 profit that I was generating, right? Okay, coming on to this 3 kg capacity, I have an knapsack capacity of 3. I take this 1 kg, then I generate a profit of 3, and the remaining 2 kg I will check if my remaining weight here were, how much profit they were generating for filling up 2 kg knapsack. Here it turns out to be 0, so 3 plus 0 is 3. And if I don't select it, then the profit I'll generate will be taking the remaining weights and the capacity of 3, profit is 0. So this is not a very good, not at all a very good test case to help you understand, but just be with me, you will understand for any other test case also what we are doing. So the maximum will be between 3 and 0 again, so 3 will be your profit. Same goes for 4 kg. Now I finally want to fill up the 4 kg. If you select it, okay, this third index represents 1 kg, so the remaining will be filled with this remaining weight, and the capacity of knapsack in that case would be 3, because 1 you have already taken for yourself. Now the remaining, we have to see how much profit was being generated with the remaining weights for the remaining capacity, that was 0 only. So again 3 plus 0, and if you don't select it, then the amount that you were generating was 1. So again the maximum is going to be 3 only. Finally you have filled up your knapsack, your DP array, and the answer that you will get will be from the last cell of this DP2D array, right? So that is pretty much about it. I hope you have all understood. Let me now move to the code and show you. Okay, let's have a look. Very simple code. Okay, I am going to create a 2D DP array. DP. Okay. Again, I'll just increase the font. It's fine now. New int, and the sizes will be, so number of rows and number of columns. Number of rows is going to be your n plus 1, as I told you, n plus 1, and number of columns will be total weight of the knapsack that has been given to you, w plus 1. Why one extra we are taking? Because we want to generate our answer, because we are generating our answer from the previous value. So when we are at actually 1th index, we need some 0th index, and if I directly start from 0 index, that is I'm not taking an extra, then when you try to generate your answer by not selecting that particular weight, you will end up going at index -1, which will be invalid. So this is very basic thing for I'll start from index 1, because other 0 row and 0 column will be already pre-filled with 0. I is less than or equal to n I plus for int j equal to 1, j is less than equal to w j plus plus. Okay, if first of all you have to check if it's eligible to even get into knapsack, that means not exceeding the weight of your knapsack. If weight of I minus 1, and you have to iterate with one less index, because you know that if you'll be at first row of your DP, that will ideally be the 0th index of your weight array, right? If that is less than or equal to, that means capacity of your knapsack at that point in time, in that case you will go ahead and insert your DP of ij with two possibilities. When you selected what is the profit, math.max of, so value what is the profit you're generating with I minus 1. Okay, that is when you are selecting it, and the remaining weight for the remaining capacity, profit will be given to us by DP of I minus 1, and how much weight will be remaining. So J was your current weight that you were filling for your knapsack, and you have inserted with weight of I minus 1. So J minus weight of I minus 1 is what is your remaining weight, which will be given in your, which will be your column from which you want to see what is the profit you have generated with the remaining weights for the remaining capacity. Okay, and compare it with, if you don't select that particular weight, then the profit that you will have will be in I minus 1 jth index of your DP. Okay, this you will insert here. Otherwise you go to the else case, and the profit will be, by not selecting, because somehow you are not able to take that weight, so the profit will be the profit you generated from I minus 1th index and jth column. Finally you return your last cell DP of n w. That was all for today, everyone. Try to attempt it, understand the recursion tree, visualize it, and then move to this approach, right? Thank you, everyone. Bye bye and take care.